Welcome back to White Rabbit Deku. Hope you enjoy.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video of White Rabbit Deku or Forgotten Yajirozu. Really, depending on what you want to call it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, like and subscribe. Ring the bell to know when I post a brand new video. And let's get straight into it. So this is more of a continuation from when we left off last episode, where Izuku did get his army, and he went on a little adventure somewhere. To start some chaos, and here is, giving him a motivational speech, with his commanders and all that. Like, he is, trying to rally them up. And then their target, what chaos they were about to insert, was at the sports festival. And Midnight, presenting All Might to give the awards, he puts a medal on Yajirozu. Well, you did great. Alright, you got third. You're doing good. That's basically how any anime would go. Then he goes up to Kendo, which these two were like the more different, honestly. Like, Kendo from 1B got second, and as he's about to go to Bakugo, there was a loud roar while as many demons kind of crawl into the arena. Civilians were there, heroes were, as he was ready to fight back. Momo, who got the warning from last episode or part, I guess you could say, where he said, if you don't win, there's going to be consequences. And as you see, he brought in to test with his army, and here he is. All Might's kind of shocked. President Mike telling the students, like, yeah, you got to use your damn quirks for defense. And then Cavalier comes in charging straight at All Might. And then as he's with, as All Might catches the sword and he's trying to overpower him, Bakugo comes in and tries to blast him. And he just sat there and took it. Bakugo's shocked and he starts grabbing him. All Might, watching this, rushes straight at and goes for a Detroit Smash. Cavalier gets hit and stumbles back. He lets go while letting go of Bakugo in the process. And from there on out, that is when an all-out battle started. Endeavor, who was in the stands, comes in. Hell Spider. Mirio even coming in to punch. He's fighting basically a 1-on-2. Rudrak's gets in, he kind of steps back, man, I don't like this one. Agni comes in, yeah, he's mine. My. Echidna comes in is on stage, man, what do we have here? And Kendo, asking, why are you attacking us now? Echidna's yeah, because we felt like it. I don't know why. And then she circles them. She's looking at Momo's I don't know why he wants you, but whatever you did, you got him mad. Zuko's now walking towards them. He's they're mine. Remember why we are here again. And she's hi, I'll go get them. And she just slithers out. And then he's no, where to begin? Kendo takes a fighting stance, but Momo's just too terrified to even move. Dante then shows up. He's yo, you two get out of here. I gotta score this out with this guy. And then Kendo takes Yaoyorozu. Well, before she could, she takes Yaoyorozu. And, you know, because she wasn't able to move. And she just grabs her and just runs away. And as Izuku's like, man, the fun was about to start. Dante's like, the fun just started. How about a dance, rabbit? But the warrior was like, man. Izuku's like, man, don't make me laugh. You want to tango with someone that already beat you too many times? Then let's go. Let's tango. You know, he shoots he jumps up and starts kind of like shooting. Izuku starts like deflecting bullets with his sword, but Dante's like, when did he even take the sword out? And then by then he was already next to him. He's like, you better not be daydreaming. And Izuku goes for a strike, and Dante sadly had to block with his guns, and yeah, he just didn't. He was like, no, my baby. And then, I'm sorry. And then as Izuku goes for a slash, he dodges barely. Izuku's so impressed, like, oh, he backflipped to dodge? Alright, but let's see how you could do with multiple attacks. And as Dante lands, he switches to the sword and starts blocking. Kind of saying, like, bro, he's very hard on attack. I gotta think of a way to get him off his footing and fast. What up? A JoJo's reference now. And as he goes for another strike, he gets hit from someone. And being All Might. Dante's like, young? All Might, I'm older than you. He has to sit there and laugh it off because he kind of forgot. But then, you know, Izuku comes out from the wall. And, you know, he's like, alright. Then All Might's joining in. And it's like, your army is slowly crumbling. You're outnumbered now. That may be true, but just because you beat some low-level demons don't really mean much. You have yet to beat the final boss and his commanders. And then some heroes get tossed on stage while some of his commanders come in, like Agni, Rudra, Cavalier Angelo holding an Endeavor, and then Echidna holding to the targets. Now there's like one of them that I didn't put in here, but he's fine. He just didn't go, not gonna lie. He just didn't go. But, you know, excellent work. You know, his targets were Mr. and Mrs. Yaoyorozu, so, of course. But, okay, wait, hold up. And then, you know, they're saying, like, we don't even know you. We don't even know what we've done. And really, I mean, yeah, they just don't know, and they're over here screaming like, "What are we doing?" Like, and then he's like, "Yeah, just take them away. I'll be there soon." Cavalier Angel is like, "Yeah, I'll be there shortly." Still missing on one person, and it turns out Toga was there as well. And you know, she's like, "Oh, we giving nicknames now." And he's like, yeah, well, I mean, we're dating, right? Toga, like, you know, being happy she's there. And he's like, oh, yeah, Cavalier, let him go. And he just throws him across the stadium and crashes into some seats. By then, the civilians have already ran. Like, most civilians ran. Some of them, you know, dead, but And he's like, all right, same thing, this. And then he's like, oh, what do we have here? And then All Might is like, my time's almost up. This is supposed to be a ceremony, not an all-out brawl. You've piqued my interest even more, All Might. Let's see how long you will last. And All Might's now having to be like, I have to push my limits for the students, the civilians, for humanity. I will have to go. And he rushes. He's like, plus ultra. Dante's like, wait. But by then, All Might, this is already too late. Because, yeah, All Might. By then, yeah, it won't end here yet. That job is for my master. And, he starts puking out, like, a little bit of some blood from that. And he just looks at his sword, like, He will be pleased to know that the symbol of hope will be gone by the next encounter. Enjoy the time you have, All Might. Soon the symbol of peace, or the symbol of hope, will be no more. And Dante's now mad. He's like, he rushes over to him, like, to try and, like, get him, but by then he already walked to the portal. And he's very, very mad. Damn bastard. When I find you, you hear me, you rabbit? Hey, well, get you on. Can I get a medic? Then, I do feel bad in that scenario, but... And then we're gonna cut to them, like, in the base. Like, job well done. You showed them, boss. Let's not celebrate yet. The biggest part has yet to come. Hurrah! 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 Yeah, his army, celebrating this moment of victory. And, he tells Toga that, like, you just go time. We're going to have a little chat with them soon. Toga takes, Mr. and Mrs. Yairos and tie them up in another room. Done. Other room. And then, he did. And, all phone comes like, yeah, I saw what you did out there. Like, yeah, I liked it. I loved it. That was, like, what you did was great. Like, we're about to win this. Most heroes, by then most heroes are on critical condition. All Might's still in surgery. Like, Dante, seeing Miro, like, walked out from bandage. And when Miro was asking, like, oh, how is them? How is All Might? He's like, yeah, no, he's not good. He's still nothing from the doctor, and they're trying his best. No. And he's now thinking, like, why the Yaoyorozu? Something ain't adding up. First, the USJ where he basically almost attacked Momo, but that could have been just a coincidence. He was talking about, like, what she did, but, like, I mean, maybe it was just something else. And then now this, and it's now her parents. It's like, well, yeah, I gotta get answers now. And everyone saw him, and they were like, yo, how is he? Like, yeah, I don't know, but he's like, bro, I need to talk to someone specifically. And he just looks directly at Momo. And when he looks, he goes straight towards him and be like, do you know anyone in their right mind that would want to take your parents? And Momo's trying to, like, not dodge it, but she's trying to, like, she's scared at that point, and she's just trying to get the answer out, like quickly, but he's like, no, like, I never heard anyone, like, talk badly about them. So you mean to tell me they targeted your parents for no reason? Like, maybe, I don't know. And then, he's getting more and more mad. And then, Mary over here, or Lady, that's her name in the show, but she's like, chill pill. And then she's apologizing for things like, yeah, that rabbit's getting on his nerves lately. Are you sure you don't know anyone that could have done this? She's like, no. Think hard. 100%. And she's like, is there anyone? Like, I don't know anyone that would hate us. And then she's like, she thinks about it, like, he couldn't. He can't be alive, right? Like, he was presumed dead. Like, I may have an idea. Like, he was a part of our family once. He was meant to be the next heir of the company, but stripped away from him. But when Father told him he wasn't going to be anything, to me, he left and never was seen again. And who is this you're talking about? My older brother, Izuku Yaoyorozu. And then, it cuts to him just like sipping on some tea, refreshing in the cave, that's not the cave, the hideout. And he's like, yeah, just talking with Toga, like, it's so bored, yeah. He's like, like she wants to go do something. While he's like, yeah, we can't, gotta wait for Master's orders, and then we can proceed. Like, you're feisty. Like, we'll get our chance. Don't worry. Yeah, you're a needy woman. And Shigaraki's like, I had enough, right? Can y'all just shut up? I'm trying to drink my sorrows away. Love of God. And he's like, oh, does someone find it jealous that they can't find love? Or maybe you can take out All Might yourself? And at that point, Shigaraki's fuse just... He's like, man, shut up, rabbit. No, that's not a way to talk to your teammates. He's not gonna care. He's like... And then Dabi kind of chimes in, like, yo, what are we doing now? Like, do we just attack? What's next? And Izuku explains here that, yeah, like, until a spy tells us something, like, they were supposed to do agencies and all that, but after, what we did, it's probably going to be postponed. So until we get any info, we're just going to be staying put. And Shigaraki's like, low, we just did you just took out the symbol of hope, and you want us to lay low? We could be attacking. He's like, yeah, but do you want the number one heroes of every other country coming after us at this time? Nah, I'd rather not. What do you want us to do then? Have fun. Everyone just looked at him like, have fun? What do you mean? He's like, don't tell me you guys never had fun before. There's no way. We're and she's like, yeah, but we are considered villains. When do you think we ever have fun? And then, the scene cuts to the LOV in an alleyway. Izuku knocks on the door, like, what's the password? I'll put this sword up here if you don't let us in. He opens that door quickly. He's like, boss, it's good to see you here. And these people, oh, they're with me. All right, please come in. Everyone just, like, enters, and they were just shocked to see. They're like, dude, this place, oh my. Bar, an arcade, a party place, like. And then Giran's like, yo, what about the demons? Aren't they coming? No, I have them staying with the Yaoyorozus. Don't want them to somehow escape now, do we? Whatever at this point. Girl, give me a drink. I'm like, alright, yeah, of course. Like, and then as Kurogi's looking through, he's like, you got 100-year-old wine? Yeah, it's not that expensive. I have ties on my own. Anyone want to try? Everyone's like, 100-year-old? Is that even good? And mostly like, yeah, I try. It can't be that good anyway. He takes it and drinks. He's like, bro, this thing just exploded in my mouth. This got so much good flavor. He's like, it's all right. Kurogiri just looked at him like, yeah, Alright, it's really good. Alright, let me have a sip. Next thing you know, soon enough, the league sat down and enjoying some drinks. I know. And then came the arcade, where they all started playing like old retro games that reminded them of their childhood. And like, because even though some of them probably never played an arcade, like, or never had time, like, they would see it like through windows and stuff and be like, oh, that game looks cool. Like, and then came the best part of their entire experience. And he's like, yo, just take a seat. He tells them all, like, gentlemen, please, everyone take a seat. Right? And he's like, I never knew I can have this much. I didn't have this much fun since I was a kid. And I'm like, well, it's about to give you more fun. Give me 1 sec. And he goes to the back. And he's like, ladies, been a while. And well, look who decided to show up. Izuku's over here like, don't be like that. I pay you more than most clubs do anyway. Illegally. And is that a problem? Of course not. Money's money. Good then. Look. He proceeds to grab a couple thousand. He's like, yo, make him extra happy. And he's like, oh, we're dealing with these types? And yep. Ones that have never been happy before. Alright, then ladies, let's get things started. Thanks for this, Harleen. This is like the only like character I'll put that is like from a different series, if that makes sense. Like, I just put Harley just because, I mean, I didn't know who else to put for this. Like, I wasn't going to put Midnight or anything. Like, that wouldn't make sense. But again, this is more of a filler episode. I'm not going to lie. This is more of like a filler episode. Like, this is kind of more of a filler episode, but they're conversating, talking about like, oh, she can hardly like, oh, you care for them? Like, yeah, they're like my family. And your old one, don't want to ever talk about them. And, you know, the scene comes to an abandoned warehouse, and you may be wondering, weren't they tied up in the LOV base? Yes, until, you know, the demons moved them somewhere else, and then Izuku got told where they were, you know. So, as they're kind of, like, tied up there, they're like, yeah, where are we? What's going on? And he's like, well. They can't see because they have blindfolds on. Like, Miss Yajiro's like, we'll give you anything you want. Just let us go. And he's like, no. Do you really think that giving me something will make me just let you go? Don't test my patience. But if I were to accept that, then I want your daughter. And they're like, what? Our daughter? And he's like, easy. So I could just beat her right in front of you. And watch your precious little prodigy go down the drain. And they're so confused, like, what? Wait, what? Who even are you? I didn't even do anything wrong. And they're like, yeah, keep telling yourself that. And then some demons kind of come in with some weapons, and he's like, alright, let's start this show. And for 5 hours straight, Izuku kind of just gave them what they, I wouldn't say deserve. Well, in his eyes, yeah, what they deserve. Because, I mean, hell, Toga even joined him on it. Since she didn't want to stay at the club. And he did not hold back on his old family and wanted to get his revenge. This was just the start. The first opening was the USJ and the Sports Festival. They've only reached the middle part. And yet, he was getting ready for his grand finale. You know, they're both battered and, like, bleeding. Some of Miss Yayosu's hair is, like, kind of ripped off. Probably from Toga. And he's saying, like, for how long I've waited for this. Toga, dear, can you make sure to go live on my cue? She gets behind the camera and just waits for the signal. And he's talking straight to the Yayiros, who's like, don't worry, I'll make sure your perfect little girl sees how you are. How you're doing. Oh, the look on her face will be priceless. Not even a full day later, and both of her parents are being almost unrecognizable. But why not start the show, huh? Toga, dear, you're up. And Toga starts the broadcast, and every screen in Japan is now focused on that. And Izuku just starts to speak. Citizens of Japan, I hope you see this. You're seeing this now because this is a warning to a special little someone, or you could say two. 1A to the dorms, the heroes watching in the hospital beds, the devil hunters, even the president of Japan watching from their places. All eyes were on Izuku. To little Momo, look at your family now. Broken down, barely able to do anything. And he just moves, and she sees how they are, and she starts bawling. Oh, devil hunter Dante? Yeah. I'm coming for you. I felt that anger you had back at this festival. If you want to, let that all out. Then I will send coordinates soon, and we'll duel it out. If you win, then I will tell you where the two are and where the league is. But if I win, you die. I gotta stop being cringe. Jesus. But test your luck if you want. But just to let you know, I never lose. And then the broadcast cuts off. Dante and Mary are in 1A's dorm, and Mary's like, yep, Dante, he's a psychopath, but remember what he did to All Might. I'm far stronger than All Might. I can handle this. He gets up and walks to the door, but then Momo gets in front of him, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm going with you. May I remind you, he is my brother, and I need to talk to him. He's like, he wants to kill you, and you think he's going to want to talk to you? Don't be ridiculous. And she's like, whether or not he wants to talk to me, those are still my parents as well. I'm not going to let him just keep doing that to them. And it's like, and what if his plan is to lure you out? If he's targeting you, why are you trying to give him what he wants? And everyone was just felt silent because they knew he was kind of right. Like, he's aiming towards Momo. He is trying to do everything to break her. It ain't a smart idea to just give. It isn't. Oh, I was low. It isn't a smart idea to just take you to him because that's probably what he wants. You know. He leaves, and Lady goes out and chases after him. Like, yo, Dante, wait up. Dante, wait. I know how you feel right now. And he's like, do you? And she was like, and the feeling of having the whole world on your shoulders and trying to do everything yourself? Yes, I do. I felt that before. And she's like, look, if you're going, then I'm going. Go to. He's like, I don't want you dying. I can't risk that. And he's like, we're in this together. Alright? We're in this together. If it makes you feel better, I'll be farther from the fight supporting you. And he sits there and is like, oh my God. You're not going to give me no as an answer, aren't you? And she's like, nope. I was like, fine. But don't you dare die out there. He's like, I'll be with you. I'll be fine. Good then. Let's make some rabbit soup. And that will be all, folks, because this is more of like a little filler, but because I want to save like the big fights for like a whole 1 hour. Not gonna lie. Like, I want to do a whole hour of like just fighting and like a lot of conflict and all that. But if you guys did enjoy, like and subscribe. This was again kind of a filler set because the next part will be a whole lot of fighting. Turn on the bell to get notified when I post a brand new video. There will be a link to my Discord if you want to join. Next will be Demon Gyu and Shredder Deku. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.